Hello, it's me, KG5, Space YT, and today we're going to be doing TierMaker. I'm gonna be ranking all of these weapons right here, all of these. It's a lot, I know, but I'm gonna get through it. So I might as well get started now. Alright, so first we have the suppressed SMG. I'm pretty sure this gun's still in the game, the suppressed SMG. It's good. When the gun first came out, it wasn't the best. Like, this gun wasn't really the best. It did 18 body shot. It did some good headshot, but the body shot was the main thing that wasn't working for the gun. When they buffed it though, this was, just to let you guys know right now, this is actually in chapter 1. Like chapter 1. The Press SMG, when it got buffed, it was pretty good, and it had a range which is pretty similar to an AR. So, but today, I mean, it's a decent gun at best. But I mean, today I think we're gonna put in the good section. Next, we got the Scar. Now, there are two types of scars, the purple and the legendary. The purple one, there's something wrong with it. I can't put my finger on this. Something wrong with the way the purple scar works. It's just not working out. But the Scar, well, anything shorter than great would be underappreciated. Next up, we have, I'm not really sure what this is. I'm not really sure what the name of this thing is, but I know it was a Thanos event. It was in like a Thanos from season 8, I think. Chapter 1, season 8. I know it's one of the weapons that the alien uses. I think the third one is the blaster. I think this one right here. This one. I think that one might be the like the full blast. Yeah, just gonna say right now, put that in OP section. Next we got Captain America's shield. Yeah, not really much to say. It was really good. It was really good. So, I mean, wow. Next, same thing, but this time it's like the blaster. I'm just gonna put that in the OP section right there. Next we got, what is it? We have the Deadpool pistols from chapter 2, season 2. This was probably I'm just gonna say right now, this is probably the worst gun in the game. Well, in chapter 1, season 1. This is probably the worst gun in the game. Sorry for all the camera movement, but yeah, this is probably one of the worst guns in the game, not gonna lie. It did heal you when you shot it, but with it a little bit more reasonable to use. But at the same time, it didn't really do that good of a damage. I mean, it had a faster shot and had a really cool reload, but 21 damage, that's pretty much half. That's pretty much half or near half of the damage the dual pistols did back in like chapter 1. The dual pistols max damage was 41 body shot, and it was really good, and it was probably one of the most underrated guns back in chapter 1. Chapter 2 is not so underrated anymore. It's just that not a lot of people don't really pick it up because there's more guns out there. But that was like a few seasons ago. But this gun, it's bad. I would say should be vaulted forever, but because of its shooting effect, where if you shot you get like 5 health, this will move away from that vault here. Next we have something, I know it's a blaster. It is a blaster from chapter 1, season 1, or chapter 2, season 2. Either one of those seasons, but it was actually in a Star Wars event. It was a Star Wars event. when this gun came out, and it was only out for that period of time. It was a good gun, 30 body shot damage. It was kind of like an AR, but it was faster. And I forgot what the headshot damage was, but it was pretty. I think it was a pretty good headshot damage. Unfortunately, the gun doesn't have the best range when it comes to like far away shooting. It's kind of hard to use, and that's why it will stray away from the great, and I'll just put it in the good section. Keep in mind that if you watch the short that I made, they won't be the same. So with the video that I'm making right now, it won't be the same as the short. Next on the list is Hawkeye's bow. Wait, is it Hawkeye's? I'm pretty sure it's Hawkeye's. I think it's Hawkeye. I think it is him. It was Hawkeye's bow. So basically, in Chapter 1, Season 8, same thing, Thanos. It was kind of like the grappler bow, kind of like that, but different than the grappler bow. You can also shoot. You can shoot like a explosive bow, which would do probably like around 100 damage or something. It's kind of like the boom bow a little bit, but a little bit better. And to that, I say just go into OP's. What the hell? Okay. As to that, I say go into OP section. Next is the Infinity Sword. Not really gonna say much there. It's just overpowered. If you guys, there's like a little clip where there's this guy in a pro Fortnite game, literally in a tournament, with broadcasters using the sword. He's getting like 10, 12 eliminations. I mean, he basically had 15 eliminations. By the time he had 15 eliminations, like, he pretty much won the tournament at that point, if he played good for the rest of it. That's how overpowered this thing was. They didn't even try nerfing this gun. They just said, nah, this ain't it, Chief. This sword is not it. It's too overpowered. Oh my god, my mom won't stop texting me. Next up on the list, we have Iron Man's repulsors. I think this is actually from Chapter 1, Season 8. This wasn't the mythic guy from Chapter 2, Season 4. This wasn't that. It wasn't that one. This is the original. This is the original blasters. And people say I had included aimbot with it, which made it easier. But, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, this was probably one of the best Avengers weapons I have seen or used, and that's why it'll be in the OP section. Next is Brutus's minigun. Brutus. We're just gonna put that in the OP section. It's just straight aimbot. Next up on the list, we have the TAC, the purple and legendary TAC. Now, if you guys have seen my videos, you probably don't even notice that I had a TAC because, well, my quality is horrible. It looks like I'm recording on a toaster, but but when it comes to the TAC, the purple legendary TAC, it's pretty good in some situations. Fresh, Mr. Fresh Asian, he uses it a lot. He uses the TAC, and he makes it looks like a good gun. I personally like the TAC, but I like the pump better. I don't know. There's something about the TAC that just isn't getting it right done for me. Either I'm just bad at using it. I'm not really sure. But it's a good gun. I wouldn't say it's an OP gun, but it has to be at least a great gun. Oh my god, this is why doing TierMaker on a phone is a bad idea. What the? Why did I move all the way over here? Okay. The gray section. Next, we have the heavy sniper. Heavy sniper, hands down, when it first came out, one of the best. It was probably the best sniper in the game. 150 body shot damage, over 300 damage as a headshot, and it one shots any material. So it was pretty much the shotgun and deagle combo, but with a sniper. And unfortunately, this would be an OP weapon if Epic hadn't nerfed it. Man, it got nerfed to 132. It's still one of the most powerful snipers in the game. Actually, it might be the most powerful sniper in the game when it comes to body shot damage. It still does good headshot damage, 350 or something. 330 to the head, max. But I have to say, this was probably one of the most fun guns, one of the most fun snipers and guns Epic added to the game. Unfortunately, I had to be landing on the gray section because of the nerf. Next, we have the C4. Now, when the C4 first came out, I have to say, the C4, it was pretty overlooked. It was overlooked by many streamers. I mean, in some situations, it was good. Like, if you got off spawn, it was probably one of the best explosive off-spawn weapons you can get. But when it comes to, like in-game, like, you'll run out of the C4 pretty quickly, and you probably won't find them for the rest of the game because no one really carries C4 back then. Now, in Chapter 2 Season 2, there was more exploits to the C4. It was used more often. Mongrel used it. I'm pretty sure Booga used it as well. And it ended up turning out pretty good. Unfortunately, I haven't seen this gun since Chapter 2. If it'll make a return, but it'll be pretty interesting. But I think, in my opinion, I think this is a good weapon, a good one. Next on this, we have the burst. Now, this is actually the original burst. So, the original burst, oh man, I'm not really sure how to say it. The only way I actually knew about this gun was when I was watching one TSM Daquan's old videos, and I came across this gun, and I pretty much only watched him use it. Well, and Laser Beam. He used the Double Flamme strategy, but overall, this gun, the 3-round burst, it was good in some situations, like mid range. It was good if you had good aim. There was bloom on it, obviously, because every AR just has to have bloom. But I wouldn't say this is better than the original AR assault rifle. I wouldn't say. I don't think this is. In fact, I'm gonna make this very clear. I think it is nowhere near as good as the assault rifle. I mean, the AUG. I mean, the 2-rounder. I mean, they did like other revamps of it. So they changed the gun from Chapter 2. They changed the gun at that time. People said it was the worst AR in the game, and I had to agree. It probably was one of the worst ARs in the game. The AUG, then they changed it to the AUG. The AUG was better, the 3-round. In my opinion, I think the 2-round is better than the 3-round. But back to the original FLAMAS. It was called the FLAMAS. That's actually a nice word, nice name. It's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the good section. I'm not really sure about. Next is the boom bow. Well, it's not the boom. That's TNTina's boom bow. Yeah, TNTina's boom bow, and yeah, just vault that forever. That was probably one of the worst. It was the worst. Sometimes it even does 75 damage. 75 damage. Sometimes it is 75 damage. Other times it do 130. But the main thing that literally made this gun dead. Well, what is it? Gun? I would say bow. The one thing that'll probably make it. Hold on for a second. is so annoying. Alright, next, we have the submachine gun. The submachine gun is pretty good. It was a pretty good gun. When the gun first came out, it was pretty much one of the best SMGs in the game. It was comparable to the P90, which no surprise there. Eventually, as Fortnite went on, they nerfed this thing, and it's just like a decent gun. So I'll just put it in the good section. Same with I think it's kind of like the same as the suppress. Came out, it was good or decent, buffed it, and then just nerfed it completely. Next, we have the original tax. So the gray, the green, and the blue. I'm not really sure how to describe. Trying to make a video on my phone. I just sent you a text. But I'm actually gonna put this in the good section. Yeah, the good section. I wouldn't say it's at the level of the purple and gold attack, but there were some rumors that the blue shotgun was like the blue tack back then was probably one of the best shotguns. Not like when and this was after the purple shotgun got removed from the game. The purple tag got removed from the game. That was probably the most overpowered shotgun in the game. Some people say it was better than double pump. I mean, I'm not really sure which one's better though. They were both pretty good shotguns and shotgun strats, but I think it just should be in the good section. Next is the poison dart trap. Now, this is probably the first trap based item that you can use for damage. It did like 80 damage. So it takes longer. It takes a longer time. It takes a longer time for it to shoot than the original trap. Like the reaction time is actually a little bit slower, just by like half a second or something, half a second or 1 second. And it's kind of like a stink bomb, but in a trap. And it does 80 damage max. Now I'm not really sure if you guys knew how it worked, but the way it worked was once it shot, it shoots like poison darts, and it's kind of like a stink bomb effect. It'll just keep taking like 5s, and 1 poison dart trap is 80 damage max. So basically, if a guy has full shield, you can't even. Well, actually, it doesn't need to be full shield. It just takes away your health. So if you use the poison dart trap, but if you use 2 of them, you'll get a kill. You will get a kill, but it would take a while, and it would take a while to do that, and in the process, you could get killed in that amount of time. So this wasn't really the best trap to use. And yeah, I don't think this should come back. It's too big of a risk. Next, we have the airstrike grenade. Now, the airstrike grenade, it's good. It has a lot of firepower, but it's just too revealing. Like, when you throw it down, it makes this siren noise, and then it has this red smoke, which would indicate where the missiles will be launching. And sometimes the missiles you'll be in the smoke, in the red smoke, and you probably won't even get hit. Probably only get like once. You'd probably be able to like dodge the rockets. It does 75 damage each rocket, and it lasts for like probably 2 or 3 seconds. But unfortunately, this wasn't really the best gun. You can stack this gun, but you can only carry a stack of 2. So honestly, this wasn't really worth it. But if you did somehow manage to catch a guy off guard with it. Like if you played if you carried this gun into endgame, this will actually be pretty helpful. So I think so. I think right now I think I'll put it in the good section. Yeah, it's a pretty good consumable if you use it correctly. Next we have the original AR. The original AR, it has its ups and downs. I would say it's a good gun, but at the same time, I think this is better than the FLAMAS and pretty much the SMGs and shotguns. So I think I was gonna put this in the great section. But just barely. The original AR, it just barely makes the list. Next we have a semi-auto sniper. Yeah, just vault that. Please vault that. I don't want that back in the game. Just to let you guys know right now, these arms, I'm making them out of my choice and the knowledge that I know. Also like to know JxmyHighroller for this idea, TierMaker, inspired me to make this video. So I'll leave his link in the description. JxmyHighroller. He posts basketball content, and I watch his content a lot. JxMy, if you're watching this video, man, your basketball videos are very interesting. Next on the list, we have the infantry rifle. Now, the infantry rifle, when this gun first came out, it needed a revamp because you couldn't really shoot anyone out of the sky first off. In fact, this is actually an AR. This is actually the first AR type weapon that had bullet drop off. So you literally had to lead the shot on an AR, which is difficult in itself. I mean, even Lachlan tried this gun. It was just absolutely terrible when it came to shooting out of the air. When it came to shooting on the ground, it was decent, but I wouldn't say it's better than the AR or SCAR. But I think it'll be on that level. So I think it'll be put in the great section. Next we have the P90. I'm pretty sure this is the original one. And this gun was pretty much OP. Just gonna say it right now. This is probably the most broken SMG in the game back then. The OP version of it. Yeah. Next we have I think this is the actual boom bow. Yeah, this is the boom bow. The one that takes shotgun pellets. It's really good. When this was first introduced, it was put into arena just after a couple days, a week ago, and it's really good when it comes to arena. It gets you a lot of kills and it does 100 damage. Even if you shot on the ground and the guy's near you, it will still do 100 damage. It did 110. I think it did 110, or I think it still did 110 to 130 body shot, maybe. It was probably that. But yeah, this is probably an OP gun. Next is the bottle rockets. Yeah, this was probably the worst thing I think I've ever seen Fortnite add. It was completely useless. And there was a way you can get into someone's box by using these, but it took a long time. And by the time you get into the box, they'll probably be out of it. I mean, this exploit did work once on when Typical Gamer used it, but against someone, but that was probably just complete bot. Yeah, just vault that forever. Next on this is the Burst SMG. Now, this is overlooked by many people. People said, in my opinion, I think this is one of the most underrated guns in the game and underappreciated. It can literally two-shot walls, which makes it pretty much similar to the heavy sniper's ability to just one-shot any material. The Burst SMG, it did pretty good against wood. It decent on brick, but not really good on metal. It took a while. It pretty much took more than half a clip in order to break a whole wall. In order to break a whole wall. And it was actually a 3-round SMG. And it made a weird noise. It makes a weird noise when you shoot it, but at the same time, this is actually one of the best weapons when you're playing mobile. When it's on controller, it's a little bit harder, but when it's on PC, I guess I can understand why. So, but anything less than good would be pretty tragic. Next on the list is the batarang. These are explosives. This was actually introduced in Chapter 1, Season 9 or Season X, either one of those. And it was in Gotham City. So Gotham City basically took over Neo Tilted, basically. And they added these batarangs. Then these do 50 damage, and they actually mark the person. Which makes this, I think this makes it the first marked explosive that was been added to the game. It did 50 damage. I mean, I'm not sure what to say about the 50 damage part, but it was very complicated to use. When this was first added and people tried it, people did not understand how it worked, the physics. And people didn't know that once, there was like this batarang icon symbol that will pop up. If you throw the batarang near the person, once you throw it when the batarang icon, the batarang will instantly go to the person. It will explode for 50 damage, and you'll be able to it'll be marked. Now, this is pretty much one of the most complicated explosives, probably the most complicated explosive I think I've ever seen, considering that no one really knew how to use it, and it was kind of hard. But I think this is a good gun. This is a good explosive. Next is the clingers. Now, when the clingers first came out, it was pretty annoying. The clingers were annoying pretty much throughout the whole time. If you can carry a stack of 6 or 10, either one. I think it was 6, but you carry a stack of 6, and there was actually an exploit where if you throw multiple clingers into like a certain 1x1 or many 1x1s, you actually get at least 1 kill. And I think this exploit right here on the clingers started the grenade throwing exploit, and that actually surprises me. So because of that exploit, this is going to the great tier. Next is the combat shotgun. I don't know about this gun. I mean, when I used the combat shotgun, it was good. When gun first came out, everyone was excited because no one was that all hyped about the combat shotgun. I mean, it's powerful, but there was 2 problems. One, it replaced the pump shotgun, which this actually in Chapter 1, Season 9, which is very unfortunate. Or maybe it was Chapter 1, Season 10, Season X. I don't know. It was very unfortunate because that was the first time the pump has been bolted for another shotgun. So people were expecting a lot from this shotgun. It had a 10 clip. It reloads 2 shots. You only have to reload 4 times in order to put 10 bullets in, which means 2 per reload animation. It shot pretty fast. But there was a little bit of a problem with it. When the gun first came out, the mechanics was kind of clunky to use. It had that really small crosshair, aiming crosshair. It was kind of small, but it could do some serious damage. The main problem with this when it first came out was the damage. So the damage wasn't balanced. It was like a tac shotgun. So it would do 80 body shot and then 23. And then 23 again. And there's actually this Daquan clip that no one really talks about much, but there's actually a Daquan clip when he aimed in, he did 130 or probably 100 or 110 on just like an AFK player, and then just did 30, and then just did like 33 or 39 damage 3 times in a row, 3 or 4 times in a row. And then when he tried it with the tag, the tag was just way better, which pretty much proved everyone's point about the gun, which everyone thought it was just a bad gun. They needed to vault it, then or just vault it. Some people said that it needs to be nerfed because it has potential. But I believe this. I believe that the combat had potential, and Epic will actually fix it, and they did. They took the combat shotgun out of the game. They fixed the combat shotgun, and it was actually better, and it started becoming more of a consistent shotgun. So I think, in my opinion, I think this is an OP. Next is the crossbow. Next is the crossbow. Just gonna say right now, I'm not a crossbow fan. So in my opinion, I think every crossbow should be in this section. Well, except for one, but you're gonna have to watch the whole video to find that out. Next is the TAC AR. Pretty good AR. I wouldn't say it's a substitute weapon for the regular assault rifle. I mean, maybe the FLAMAS, but probably definitely the infantry rifle if it came out at the same time. The TAC AR, it was introduced. It was pretty much a John Wick weapon, basically, and it was actually in the John Wick LTM mode. Actually, that game mode should actually come back. That was actually pretty fun. The last time I saw it was in Chapter 2, Season 1, and that was the last time I saw it. But it's a pretty good gun. It's balanced. The range, I mean, it's not bad, but it's kind of hard to hit when it's at a range. It also took mini ammo, so you'll be able to find more mini ammo easily now. So for that, I think it would be in the good section. I wouldn't put it in the great section because I wouldn't. It's almost on the same level as the FLAMAS, basically. Next is the double barrel. So the double barrel, it was really good. This is actually the original double barrel. This isn't the exotic double barrel. It's not that. I might have to do a part 2 on this. How much do we have? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 on this. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get through all of this in just one video. There's no way. So I'm probably gonna do probably 10 to 20 more, and then I'm probably done here. But back to the double barrel. When it came to the double barrel, it was good, but at the same time it was bad. It wasn't really that good of a range. It didn't have the best range. And in order to have it do pretty good damage, over 100, you have to be really close to the opponent. And that's risky. That's risky in itself, because if you get, the more closer you get, in my opinion, the more closer you get to a person, the better chance that person has of one-pumping you or doing more damage to the tag or pump or combat shotgun. So that's why this gun wasn't really taking all that much. But this gun had potential, and that's why it will be in the gray section. That's why it will be landing a spot in the gray section. Next is the drum shotgun. Yeah, this gun wasn't really the best to many people, but I think this is probably one of the most overpowered shotguns in the game that I've seen. I mean, sure, it does 12 damage sometimes, but I don't know. It was kind of a hard weapon not to use, but I think, in my opinion, this is actually a good gun. I wouldn't say it's a great gun, but it's a good one at least. Next is the drum shotgun. This is not the Myers drum shotgun. This is not the Myers drum gun. This is actually so the one we're talking about right now is the drum gun. Now, the drum gun, it was pretty much one of the best people called it an SMG, some people called it a rifle. I think it's actually a rifle because it took medium bullets. And if it was SMG, it wouldn't really take if it was SMG, it wouldn't take air bullets. So this is a rifle. Plus, it actually had a range, a pretty good, decent range. It still does have a range, but even though it's been nerfed. But this will probably land a spot in the OP section. Yeah, I think, yeah, OP pretty much. Next is the dual pistols. Now, this is the original dual pistols, not the Hot Rock exotics. Once again, overlooked by many people. This is overlooked by many people. Yeah, I just gotta say right now. Overlooked by many people. It was pretty good. 41 body shot, 82 headshot, but it had a certain. It couldn't really do far range. You basically you couldn't hit it far range. It was almost impossible. It was pretty much almost impossible to do that, and it was underlooked by many. So unfortunately, this will be put in the good section. I'm tempted to put it in the great section, but at the same time, because of how underappreciated it was, I think it had to be in the good section. Next is the dynamite. Now, yeah, I don't really want this in the dynamite. It was pretty much bad. When it first came out, it was interesting. It was pretty much one of the first wild weapon-based explosives or any type of weapon in the game. Well, actually, it's not really true. It's not the first one. I think the revolver was first. But, yeah, when this was first came out, it was interesting, but there was, like, when you used it, if you use a certain amount, probably like 2 or 3, the game just crashes. Like, literally, the game crashes. There's actually, like, there's, like, a laser beam clip, like, him using dynamite. He crashed, like, 2 or 3 times when he used it. It was so, and actually, if he didn't crash, it makes you really laggy. It was probably because of its blast radius and its explosiveness towards people and buildings that made it lag, or you just glitch out of the game. And yeah, I'm pretty sure someone's PC was set on fire during this, so that's why I'll be letting in the bad section. It wasn't really used by many. It was used by some pros, but it just wasn't really working out. Next was the Deagle. Is the Desert Eagle, or is no Desert Eagle, or is known as the Deagle. Now, this was actually it was balanced, but at the same time, it wasn't that balanced. But I'm not sure. The Deagle, it's not bad. The Deagle's not bad. But yeah, I think this will actually be in the great section. The only reason why it's in the great section is because, well, it was basically one of the substitutes of a sniper, and it actually had that one shot wood ability. So props to Epic Games for making that happen. Next we have the mythic Meowskills Pew Pew rifle. I'm not really sure why they had the Pew Pew. I'm not really sure why they did that, but anyways, this was actually in Chapter 2, Season 2, and this wasn't really the best gun to use. It was underlooked by many people. I mean, it's decent, but at the same time, it wasn't the best. But it did do some really good damage. 41 body shot, 82 headshot. It was basically the inventory rifle, just an AK. That's why I'll be letting in the good section. Next on the list is the Mine's drum gun. Just put that overpowered OP, pretty much. Next, this guy's assault rifle. Don't really have to say much about that. It shoots way faster and it's basically aimed out for controller players. Next is another crossbow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at somewhere in this section right here. Next is, I'm not really sure what the heck. This gun never came. I don't think this gun ever came out in the actual Fortnite Battle Royale. I've used this gun before. I've actually used this gun before. This gun right here. I think it's the flash gun, the flashlight pistol. It shot it shot 20 bullets. At 16 bullets or 20, something in between that. It was a 2-round pistol, so it could work as a flashlight. It could also use as a weapon. I'm not really sure what the point of Epic having this in the game, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really interested in this gun, so I think I'm just gonna put that in the vault for extra section. Yeah. So next is the heavy shotgun. Not saying much around here. Heavy shotgun is better than good, definitely. And when you use the heavy shotgun today, it's boring. It's boring and it's just bad at the same time. The reason why it's boring in today is because, well, it's just a 77. It's just 77 body shot every time. That's the max. That's the max it will do. 77 body shot. The headshot damage isn't even that great either. I mean, sure, it shot fast. It shot faster than normal shotguns. It didn't shoot faster than attack. It was in between the shotgun blast of a pump and attack. In between those. The reload was basically the same as the pump, so it took that. And, yeah, basically it. I mean, people were forced to use this heavy shotgun as it was the better way. It was better in Chapter 1, Season 5, and Season 6. It was basically one of the better versions of the pump and attack. But as the game went on, this gun became less popular. And that's what makes it just fall off the great section. And it'll be landing in the good section. Next is the Bolt sniper. The original Bolt. It was just a great gun. It was just a great sniper. Just a great sniper, so I'll say. Next is the 3-round burst. The original 3-round burst. Not the best gun you want off spawn, but it was pretty good if you didn't find a assault rifle. It was pretty much the only gun you pretty much had to use at that time. And it wasn't bad, but it was good but bad. That's why it'll be landing in the good. That's why it will be put in the good section. And last one is the Thanos glove. Thanos glove. Just put that OP. It's just OP. The original Thanos event. Chapter 1, Season 3. Yeah, that it was broken. Thanos, literally Thanos had to be nerfed. But that didn't really stop Thanos. You can't nerf Thanos at that point. But that's where I'm gonna end this video. I'll be making a part 2 soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Man, that was a pretty fun recording. Just show everyone the guns that we sorted. We sorted out a lot of guns in the time that I've had. Yeah. And I think that's where we're gonna end this video. Yeah, thanks for watching this video.